this out the way, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, it ain't sitting with me right. Or get off the bunk or I'm at the snatch you up. He mauled one of my homeboys on the other side of the yard. We all watching Baldy. So we like, it's up. I picked my face up off the concrete. I got my teeth chipped, my nose busted. We fighting. The police on me with the pepper spray and the block gun. North is where they killed the dude in that doorway where they dog pouty. This was
Okay, Delos, man, I want to start from the beginning, man. I want to know how you got to where you are now and how did your case come about?
my case. Delos Moore, G45155, 14 years, or 13 years, 9 months, 21 days. I caught my case in 2007. I had two crimies. We robbed a cigarette store and a water store.
So you robbed a cigarette store and a water store.
Two different stores.
Two different stores. Okay.
Two different stores. And I don't know why. You know what I mean? I was tough out on these streets, just living in the hood. You know what I mean? I was living on the block. I was living at the homie's house. And I had turned my crimies went to jail first.
All right.
I was still living in the hood. And I was at one of my crimies' mama house, and he called me. He said, "Bail him out." I was like, "Bail you out? Where you at?" So I ended up moving. I was living with my homeboy from Harlem, out of the Harlems, and he was moving to Alabama.
Right.
So I rode in the back of a moving truck to Alabama with him and his family because they took up the whole front seat on the moving truck. So I was laying on the couch in the moving van, just riding Alabama because I was on the run. I was a fugitive on the run. So I was out there living in Alabama for about 3 months. And I was getting ready to go to Atlanta where my family was, but I didn't have no ID. And
so you were just cross country.
Yeah, I was just
out of there.
So it was on. So I was like, funny thing, right? I ended up pulling up on the side of this road. I was supposed to grab some clothes. I seen this dude was selling clothes out the trunk of his car on the side of the road. And I was like, "Hey, bro, pull over." And we pulled over. And the police jacked us up right there, you know what I'm saying? Asked us all our names and stuff like that and stuff. I didn't have no ID, so they was like, "What's your name?" I gave my brother name, and I changed the last digit of my social security number. They was like, "Nah, you not popping up in the computer." I'm like, "I don't get in trouble," you know what I mean? He was like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "I'm from here." And he was like, "I got to take you downtown." I'm like, "Oh, man." So they took me downtown. They fingerprinted me. I came back as a fugitive from California, and I spent another couple months out there in Alabama City Jail and the county jail, and LAPD came and got me finally, and took me to, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see the streets again until 2021, you know, but inside, you know, I got 12 years for that case. They gave me 2 years. They gave me a year for each of my robberies, and they gave me a 10-year gang enhancement. Because they didn't prove me to be a gang member. Somebody told them I was a gang member. So I got a 10-year gang enhancement. And, you know, the funny thing about jail, right? People think that your life stops in there, you know? And, you know, I've never been the type of nigga to sit on my hands. So I was, I was just in prison, you know? I was in prison. I caught an additional 5 years in prison, 5 years, 4 months. Caught a dope case, caught a knife case. Could have caught more time, but you know what I'm saying, that wasn't in the cards for me, you know. So I finally, on my second shoe term, I was sitting in the back, and I was like, it was like I was sitting there just reading. I just sat up, and I was like, "You got a date? Like, shit, you better start acting like it, because it don't look like you want it."
Right.
You know? So it was like, I got out the shoe, you know, and they sent me back to the 180 yard. And shoot, I just started getting my shit together. You know what I mean? I went to college. I graduated out of college, got my degree in sociology from Lake Tahoe. I was going for my degree in business at Lassen College. You know, and I became the, the clerk on the yard, the college clerk on the yard. You know, I got a gang of man. I graduated my homies from high
Yeah, yeah.
school.
Tell us about all
Yeah, I
that.
graduated all my homies from high school. I got the dudes in college. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I got my young dudes. They graduated from college now. You know what I'm saying? A friend of one of my young partners from IVC. He was like, I used to tell him like, man, my goal to wake up in the joint now is to help somebody. You know, that was my goal. After a while, you know, it changed. It changed.
Right,
It used to be, I hope I don't have to fuck a nigga up when this door open. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
That was it used to be my goal. Man, I hope, I hope, you know what I'm saying? But through my education and shit like that, I learned that was like a defeated understanding. You know what I'm saying? I already started off wrong. I already started the day off wrong thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? And it eventually evolved into like, hey, before when this door opened, there's somebody out there that need my help. And that's how I used to rock. I used to rock on the yard. You know what I mean? I used to rock like that. You know, so I pull up. It don't matter. Southsider, Norteño, white boy,
yeah.
Asians, others. It don't matter. Like, hey, if you ready to grow? You know what I'm saying? Let's get with this. You know what I mean? Because this is the only thing that's gonna get us out. You know what I'm saying? But they had denied me. I had went to the MCRP program. College graduate, you know what I mean? I was 2 years past my max date with behavioral credits. I brought all that time back and you know what I'm saying? I was current on my, you know what I'm saying, brought it all back. And I went to the board to go to the MCRP program to get out of prison early, and they denied me. You know what I'm saying? But the cool thing about it, that whole time I'm doing this stuff, I was building with my counselor. I just pull up on him and just be like, "What's up with you?" You know what I'm saying? I sit in his office and he'd be like,
Build
"Hey,
that
can you?"
relationship.
Yeah, he like, "Hey man, can you get out of my office?" Like, you not doing nothing right now. You know what I'm saying? So they denied me, man, right in my face. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen him approve people for more, and he has too. He asked me to step out. My counselor asked me. He was like, "Hey, Delos, can you step out real quick?" He can call me Miss. He didn't call me Moore. He said, "Hey, Delos, can you step out real quick?" I was like, "Hell yeah!" And I came back in. They said I had just got a 115 for a fight. So they was like, "You're not even a year from this fight." They was like, "You got 2 more months. Give us these 2 months clean. Come back and we'll reassess your situation." Basically telling me like, "Hey, give me these 2 months clean and we'll put you up for the program."
Right.
And that was from the conversation when I stepped out and I came back in. They had with my counselor, and you know what I'm saying. It was a blessing. You know what I mean. I still screwed it up when I went down there. You know what I'm saying? Because I was still using drugs. As soon as I got there, 15 minutes, I got a dirty piss test.
Couldn't stay away.
I couldn't stay away. So I was like, oh man, I was tore up, right? I was tore up. I ended up, man, I had drove from High Desert, man. It was we left at like 4:30 in the morning. I got to the program in Long Beach at 6 o'clock that evening. And by 11:30, I was in Chino's Chino ass sick.
Right back up there.
Right back up there, sick to death. They was trying to get me back to High Desert in like 3 weeks. I was like, I can't fight that. I can't find the ridicule, man. I cannot do it. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't. I found a loophole in the system with the COVID, and I did my last 4 months in Chino's Palm Hall, and parole indigent to Amity, and you know what I'm saying, just got it going. You know what I mean? And the funny thing about the wave, you know what I'm saying, the momentum, you just got to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Even though it get hard, you got to just keep that momentum going. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was. I just, people, God put people in your life, man. So you got to take advantage of them while they're there. You know. Shit, King Zar know what's up. Shit, we lost our brother.
Yeah, we lost. Yeah, we took a big loss.
And his wave was huge.
Huge, still going.
Still going.
Still going.
It's it's a messed up thing, but it's also a beautiful thing. So you gotta get it in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
That's it.
Could you tell us about your experiences in the prison system? Like the feeling, what maybe what you saw, what you went through, what you may have been a part of. Just give the people a little vision on what you actually went through in there.
Man. Yeah, some of that. Yeah, it's exactly what it sounded like.
whole bunch of feet squeaking basketball playing.
Man, you know, my grandmother passed. My grandfather passed away in there. You know, you never get a chance to grieve in there. You know, you just got to keep going, man. I learned about the Panthers in the prison. I learned about the 10-point educational program that I instilled in my life. You know, so I learned about camaraderie. You know what I mean? I learned about backstabbing snakes. You know what I'm saying? Even it happened out here, but it's a different feeling when it's confined. You know what I'm saying? When it's right there in your face, you never know. You know, pillow talking. these man, you learn a whole lot of things, man. In jail, just learn how to communicate properly, effective communication. You know, sometimes you gotta grow yourself in prison because how you expect another nigga to grow you in there that been in jail since he was 17? You know what I'm saying? He don't know nothing about bills, car notes, and insurance. You know what I mean? The grind don't stop. You know, I caught a dope case. I got crack. I got I got crack with a zipper. My
And
dope case. I was coming back to visit it. You know what I mean? I got.
you got it in on the visit.
Yeah, I got
Tell us
real.
about that,
And
man.
then I was chill. I was out there chilling, man. I was out there chilling, and my girl had wrapped the bundle up in the condom, and so they had a blind spot where we was at the prison on the patio. So we spinning laps on the patio, and I finally get my bundle up. Get my bundle up means finally get it up. So I'm like, cool. I think I'm cool. And we chilling, and I go to leave. I give my girl a kiss, and I go to leave, and you got to strip out, and I squat and cough, and I hear, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Oh," and I don't know what it was. I don't know how they seen it. I don't know how they seen it. You know what I'm saying? You got a certain understanding. You got a certain teaching when people tell you how to go get stuff. You know what I'm saying? They tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get caught up. But I got caught up, and they seen that bundle, man. And I just sat there. I didn't say nothing. I just locked up because I knew my girl was still on campus. You know what I'm saying? She was still at the prison leaving. So I'm like, oh, let her get on. Let me just don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to fight me to get this. And so I stood there for like 30 minutes. They put me on a chair, cuffed me. They was like, oh, you going to potty watch? I'm like, shit, I ain't got nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? And about 30, 40 minutes go by. I'm like, come on, let's go. Let's get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I went to potty watch. That's a totally different thing. You can't get past it. I thought I could. Couldn't pass that thing. You gotta poop that thing on out.
Yeah, man.
It come with the territory. So, man.
So you
But
end up catching a 115 for that.
115 for that. Introducing illegal narcotics to an institution. They gave me 4 years, 2 years doubled up for that. Kern County.
God. Oh yeah, you was in Kern.
I was in Delano.
Yeah.
I was in old Delano.
Yeah.
And then I came back from that shoe program back to the same yard. And you know, my people though, haters is always gonna hate, and it always comes from your circle. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, people think that you rich and all this and all these things. You know what I'm saying? When you jailhouse balling is funny. You know what I mean? It's a different type of get down. It's different type from when you out here on the streets and you actually got real money. You know what I mean? So when you in there, you got a couple $1,000s. You know what I'm saying? People wanna, and you come, you get separated from it. You know what I'm saying? You no longer living the way you do. You know what I'm saying? I don't walk to chow hall. You know what I'm saying? I'm cooking always in the cell. I got somebody cooking for me. I got my cell look like a store. You know what I mean? It's different. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to go make you a knife and go handle your business. You know what I'm saying? To put your thing down. So I'm glad I didn't make it back. Somebody told on me when I was coming through work exchange. I didn't make it back with my pistol, but that's the way things go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. People be tripping on me when because I don't have no problem talking about my, you know what I'm saying? I can articulate what's going on in my life, you know what I'm saying? My past, present, future, you know what I mean? So I be talking to people, they be like, they just never believe, Delos, you are aware? Like, man, I've been home like 2 years, like 2 years to change. You know what I'm saying? I just walked off a little 14 piece. They like, I can't believe that, you know what I mean? Because I mean, this thing bigger than me, you know what I'm saying? It's a different energy, so I'm trying to accomplish some things before the lights go out.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
So, tell me about what's the future plans. Well, first tell us what you exactly got going on again with Manifest Works, right?
All right, bet. Manifest Works, man. They put you through this PA course. Anybody, you can apply. As long as system impacted individuals, you know what I'm saying? You can apply. Go online, manifestworks.org, and it's a two-part application, but they help you get into this filming industry as a production assistant. You know what I'm saying? And it's your job to see where you want to go from there. You know what I'm saying? They got a gang of departments: camera, they got gaffers, they got grips, and set dressing, office production assistant, office production assistants, and they got so many departments inside that bubble. So I thought I wanted to do camera, but in turn, I found the assistant directors department, which is the more like communication department, and I'm a naturally gifted communicator. You know what I'm saying? I got those skills in spades. So it's like I just I just gravitated towards it. You know what I'm saying? And now I just like try to dominate it because I want to be an AD. I want to be assistant director, plus more. You know what I'm saying? It's just right now I want to be an AD. I want to get a good union behind me, which is the Directors Guild of America. Is one of the best unions in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to worry about healthcare and these things because you got to. You know what I'm saying? You got to worry about these things out here. These are part of the growing up. You know what I'm saying? You need healthcare, you need dental, you need all this shit. So I want to get into the DGA because that's where I want to go. You know what I'm saying? And for myself and just create movies. You know what I'm saying? Create pictures. But now I want to be able to assimilate the people that can create stories that we want to tell. You know what I'm saying? Me and my people. You know what I mean? Let's create some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like a friend, my friend's doing it now. He doing Land of No Pity, and he tapped me to help him out. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a moment in LA. You know what I mean? We actually, you know what I'm saying, taking real hood individuals and growing. You know what I'm saying? With camera team. You know what I'm saying? Grips, gaffers. You know, ADs, directors, writing, you know what I'm saying? All formerly incarcerated, some, you know what I mean? Some just grew up in the neighborhood, and just creating our stories, telling them from our perspective and our understanding with our writing and our you know what I'm saying, our language and our perspectives, it's gonna be a great moment for us, you know what I mean? And just grow and grow with it. I can't wait for it. It's coming. Watch. January 2024, we up.
That part right there. All right, man. Now tell me one of the craziest fights you got into while locked up, bro. Like I gotta know. What's one of the craziest fights?
All right, I'll tell you. So many, right? It's this last one. I was in the cell. This dude that just came from another prison. I think Salinas Valley or Corcoran or something. He had been like down like 25. He had been down like 25 years. Oh, worm looking ass nigga, right? And he was cool. He pulled up in my and he was already. I already knew something was funny because he was already in my cell before I got there. You know what I'm saying? So usually it's etiquette, like you know what I'm saying. I had to tell a couple of people like, hey, like especially like my young niggas, like, hey, you don't go in the cell with nobody. And it's just like how they told me, hey, just don't walk up in nobody's cell because you don't know who he is. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how he's gonna induct you in there. You know what I'm saying? You could be walking into some weird stuff. You know what I mean? So I was like, so he was already in there. You know what I'm saying? Stuff on the bunk, he chilling. I think he was rolling up a cigarette. So I'm like, okay, oh, you comfy, huh? So he was just a I didn't know his drug abuse was real, you know what I'm saying? Because I was getting hard with him for a minute. And he made me stop wanting to do drugs for a second.
Right.
Well, actually, made me stop wanting to do meth. And then I ended up having to beat him up in the cell just based on that because it was just too much. He was nasty. You know what I'm saying? I don't know I don't know freaky shit, but you know what I'm saying? Because we got a bird bath in the cell with your cellie. You got a bird, you got to pull your curtain, you get on the other side of your bird bath. You know what I'm saying? I get over there and I get cracking. You know what I'm saying? There's hella water everywhere. It's a lot going on. So I just never heard nobody just not bird bath and not hear no water hit the floor, right? So and I didn't want to be in bruh business, you know what I'm saying? So I had my headphones on But you know what I'm saying? I'll see, I'm like, I ain't hear no water. I'm like, bro, like, what's going on? Like, are you over there? Like, bro, you ain't got in the shower in like 3 days. Like, you need to touch that water, bro. And I don't need to do nothing. Oh, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? And we got the woofing. He got the woofing. I'm like, okay. He called me out. I'm like, all right, it's count time, bro. Don't even trip. I got you. He went to pill call. I moved all my stuff because like I already know when you fight in the cell, I broke hot pots, I broke TVs, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to keep buying all that shit over and over again. So I put all my stuff under the bunk. Preparation. Yeah, I prepared because he had a pill call. So I took my hot pot and my TV because I had speakers in my TV. So I don't want to break that. That's a precious item.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he come back in, you know what I'm saying? They do count, they bar lock, so and I hop up. I'm like, yeah, all right. So I'm like, hey, get up off that bunk, man. So we can get this out the way, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying? It ain't sitting with me, right? Oh, I tried to give you a fade earlier. All right, well, try to give me one right now. You know what I'm saying? That's how we going to do this. You know what I'm saying? Either get off the bunk or I'm going to have to snatch you off the bunk. You know what I'm saying? So we got down. He like busted all up. It just go like that. You know what I'm saying? We got to get an understanding. I had to get up out of there. It was one time I got, man, the homie, my homeboy, he mauled he mauled one of my homeboys on the other side of the yard. We all watching, mauled him. So we like, oh man, so we spinning the lap, everybody talking and chopping it up, and like, hey, what we gonna do about the situation? Because didn't nobody know about it. So he came back to the yard. So after we fitted, he's like, we all gonna talk about it tomorrow. All right, cool. That sounds cool. You know what I'm saying? So Marcelli was right there. You know what I'm saying? So the dude, bro, walked up, and I don't know what Marcelli was thinking. He just fired on him. Boom, get off on him. So we like in a circle. I'm trying to get to the circle so I can get in the fight and get bro. But I don't know where or who hit me, right? So I picked my face up off the concrete. Right? I got my teeth chipped, my nose busted. I'm chasing bro down. You know what I'm saying? We fighting. The police on me with the pepper spray and the block gun. That was just another situation. I mean, on and on and on. I had got this old cat. He was politicking heavy, super politicking all day. I mean, that's all he did was drink wine and politic. And I told bro, like, keep my name out of his mouth. Like, keep my name out your mouth, bro. And I caught that nigga about 7:00 in the morning. You gotta be prepared for these things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready.
Stay ready, man. You gotta stay ready. You know what I'm saying? But it's just those things, man. You never know. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be vigilant, man. That shit crazy. I just remember this. I just see the pictures in my mind. This face, man.
Explain it.
Yeah,
man.
This face is scarred up. I was telling bro, man. Hey, I was just telling you, right? I just did this Popeye's chicken commercial, and for the Super Bowl coming up, and we were filming in front of CCB. I pulled up in front of CCB at like 5:30 in the morning, and I'm like, this is a crazy full circle moment. You know what I'm saying? Because I got convicted in this court. You know what I'm saying? I went to prison. I went to prison on Christmas Eve, 2008. And I left from, you know what I'm saying, from over there. It's like I was telling my AD, my first AD I was working for. I'm like, man, you want to know a fun fact? I was like, man, I got my ass beat by the Broadways in that court tape, man. They split my whole face open. I had to tell the CEOs, I had to tell the sheriffs that I slipped doing burpees on the apple in the court tank downstairs.
Shit.
Yeah, man, it's just crazy shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It'd be just like bullshit like that, at all times.
So the day you went down, can you explain the feeling of when it happened? Like when you just knew, like it's over. Like what did that exactly feel like?
I was in Alabama. I got extradited out here for my case.
Okay.
So when they fingerprinted me in Alabama, I was they was like they slapped my picture. They slapped my picture on the window. They like Delos Moore. This you. And this you. I was like, maybe. He was like, don't worry about it. California got you. I was like, but that feeling was crazy, you know what I mean? And then I had to spend some more months. I ended up having to beat this dude. It was a dude up there named Buddy Love. A bullshit nigga named Buddy Love.
Buddy Love, like the Professor movie?
Yeah, like Professor, yeah, like Buddy Love. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And we was in the cell. We was in the cell in a jail out there in Alabama, and we in there about 9 deep. I'm chilling with all these dudes. They fake Crips in there. It wasn't no Bloods in there, but this dude, he was wolfing and popping. He was popping hot shit, and he called me a fuck nigga, and I was like, a fuck nigga. And it was a nigga. He was claiming 20 Crip out there. His name was Pee Wee, and I looked at Pee Wee because he was cool. I was like, Pee Wee, I'm like, what's a fuck nigga? You know what I'm saying? I was like, that nigga just called me a bitch. And I had I ended up having to beat that nigga up. Beat that nigga up ass by the toilet. Put that nigga to bed. Two niggas was like, big nigga. But they didn't see big nigga. I was, at that time, nigga, I was like 300, like 350. They like, I used to be in there doing 22s or 10 counts and stuff, doing my burpees and shit. And they used to be like, damn, what you getting ready for, big man? Hey, Cali, what you getting ready for? I'm like, shit, I'm finna hit LA County, nigga. It's up. This finna be popping. And it was. As soon as I got there, you know what I'm saying?
What happened as soon as you got there? Like off the dribble?
Off the dribble. Off the dribble. Oh, let me think back. Off the dribble. Where I go to 77. I was with Lil Batch from A-Tray Gangsta. Mm-hmm. And we went to East Max off the dribble. They was running phase right in the back. And I was trying to catch my nigga back phase, but it was nothing but neighborhoods and, you know what I'm saying, neighborhoods and GD, I mean, and Harlem's in there, so it really wasn't trying to just get through that shit. I really didn't have no problem. No, I got into it with the nigga from A7.
Okay.
My nigga Zag, I bumped Zag out the way and got in with my nigga from A7 because he was trying to give Zag the business. I was like, oh, let me go get in that. You know,
let me get that back fade.
Let me get that back fade. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, because we, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't supposed to. It wasn't going how it was supposed to go. But man, that shit crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. The prison system can be crazy, especially when you in there and you going through it every day. You living it every day, every second.
Yeah.
You know, when we in there, we ain't thinking about the day. We thinking about every second, every minute, every hour that go by. It's like, damn, I'm sitting right here for the next 24 hours.
Yeah,
the next 24
hours. I did 15 months in the county.
And how was 15 months in the county for you? Back then, well, what year was it?
This was 07, 08. I did the whole 08 in the county.
All right, so for the you know, the younger viewers that may be watching this, what was it like back in those times? How did you survive those times? I heard it was something called East Max going on, and
East Max was cool. I mean, it really wasn't. I really had no problem. I didn't get put in no dorms. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get put in no messed up dorms. You know, they did try to do me in North. They tried to put me in a dorm. They tried to twist me up in a dorm. I walked into the first pod, and everybody was in there in their boxers with no mattresses, no nothing, just sitting on their bunks in their boxers. I was like, man, I'm not going in there. No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So they like, what you mean? Like, what you mean you're not going in there? So they pulled me out. I'm like, I told you exactly what I just said. You know what I mean? They was out there about 10 deep, trying to buffalo a nigga.
The officers.
Yeah, the officers, the police. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what North is where they killed the dude in that doorway where they dog pouty. This was a long time ago, but they was on the dude back about 9 deep and suffocated him. You know what I'm saying? So they kept kicking my leg, kept spreading my legs apart. So I just put my feet together and just stood up, and I kept telling him, "Let me talk to the sergeant." You know what I'm saying? Sergeant wasn't no assistance, so I just stopped communicating. You know what I'm saying? I just said, I ain't got nothing else to say. You know what I'm saying? I told you I ain't going in there. You know what I'm saying? So they put me in 2B, and it was over there with the homies, and so But then right after that, the Grape Streets and East Coasters got into it, so it was on the streets. So that shit happened. I was in the county for that. That was wild, you know. And, and then it was shit, level 8s. Then they had just created the level 8s. They had just created the level 8s. So I ended up making it to level 8s and was over there. Supermax was bullshit. I walked down the hallway. I was walking down the hallway to go get some Tylenol, and I ended up in I ended up in the back. I ended up in the dungeon for 2 months, just walking down the hallway.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you going to just go get some medicine? Just go in, go to medical.
I walked to medical and ended up in the dungeon for 2 months.
Wow. Explain that, man. That's crazy.
I bumped into the wrong CO in the hallway and told him watch where he was going. And he responded, "Well, what you mean watch where I'm going? This is my hallway." I said, "Well, you know what I'm saying? You need to watch where the fuck you going." You know what I'm saying? He ended up being a lieutenant or some shit like that.
Oh, damn.
But I didn't know the difference at that time. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? They was all the same to me. And shit, I ended up back there. Ended up in the ass for 2 months. I couldn't believe it.
Damn.
I was tore up. I was like, man, I had hair too, so I had to go to court. I was looking crazy. I ate all the braid.
Hey, so I know you. So it's like, when did you finally say, man, I'm about to just cut the hair off and I'm just gonna rock the bald head?
Shit, I was in. Man, my shit started coming out in clumps. It started coming out in clumps, man. It started coming out in clumps. I was probably about 2013. 2013, I cut my shit off. I was dipping though. But then shit, it just kept getting lighter and lighter and lighter. I was like, I don't know how to stop it. I slowly want my hair back. I'm praying on it.
You think it was the stress?
I don't know. I think it was the shoe turn, right? I think it was the shoe turn. Because in the back, when you're in the back, being in the hole in the shoe in the segregated housing unit, and when you act there, it's a different lifestyle. You know, you got to be up in the morning. You got to be on it. Because, you know what I'm saying? I used to, me and my neighbor, he was from Longos, and we used to talk all day, but we used to write letters back and forth on how to, they call it cracking the whip, on how to write 115s, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He was really teaching me how to write better 115s or write better. Actually, it started 115s, but then it was like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It was about writing better, more direct. They call them wheelers, you know what I'm saying? When you want to write a wheeler to a nigga, you know, you want to press, you know what I'm saying? But it's all about the language, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like, we just write. So we used to do that. We'd do that most times out of the day. But he used to turn me on the books. I had read Michelle Alexander's book, New Jim Crow. It's a little Mexican dude, man. I'm like, what you doing with the new Jim Crow laws? You know what I'm saying? Just like all types of information he was having.
Yeah.
You never know what type of people you meet back there. I was one of my neighbors. He was an all bad white boy named Somali, and I used to play chess with the nigga next door, and he would shoot me shots of coffee sometimes. He was like, man, you want a shot? I was like, yeah, you shoot me a shot. I'm like, man, why you always trying to shoot me shots of coffee when we playing chess? And he was like, because it's like playing two different people when you get off your shot.
Damn.
He was really.
You get that oil slick.
Yeah, you get that lit. And he'll get me lit. He'll get me off that Nescafe or something, or that Maxwell House. Mm-hmm. Boy, have you back there jerking. Cause you'll get off that coffee and I'll drink about 4 packs of Kool-Aid. Boy, be ready to jump off the top of the bunk. But man, that's just shit. King's all live the same way, y'all. He be acting like he like holy.
Yeah, man. You know, I know, man. Hey, that's why we got it, man. It's the voices of the prisons, man. This is the voices of the prisons, and we just kick sauce on what we know. Give game to those who may be naive or just may not have the understanding that we had to go learn from. That we had to go really make the mistake and then learn from it, And coming home and you see people and you're like, man, you see somebody going down the same path and it kind of conflicts you. Do I go help this person and try to give them some knowledge or try to, lead them in the right path? Or do I lead them alone? Because if I go over there with my knowledge, they might be like, oh man, I don't care what you're saying or what you're talking about. I got this with the young dudes out here right now. Like, what do you think that you would say to the youth, from you, just to put something in their head to make them think a different way and know that it's a better world out here for us if we put our minds together?
Man, I talk to my cousins now, more than I have ever in my life. I got younger cousins and I just be trying to tap into their wavelength, and we all trying to tap into that higher power, that higher wavelength, so I just tell them, usually like it's all about growth, let's have a conversation about growth, let's have a conversation about this, what you think, it's just not all about what I think, how you see this, because I got stuff I'm going through still, because the world's changed, so you gotta, I used to write my little cousins in there. Funny thing, man, when I first hit the joint, I had the opportunity to write my big cousin. He was in La Palma in Arizona. He was out in prison in Arizona, so we could write back and forth letters. And my cousin, he been through it all. You know what I'm saying? He been through camps, halls. He been through the Y. He been through, every prison in California, most likely. You know what I'm saying? He taught me how to speak a little Swahili. He used to send me lessons in Swahili. You know what I'm saying? And just politics. You know what I'm saying? I used to ask him about politics, and I used to feel self-conscious about asking him all this stuff. And he was like, he used to tell me like, who else are you gonna ask? You know what I'm saying? Just to put me up on game. You know what I'm saying? And the information he gave me, I made it through prison. I didn't get stabbed.
Right.
I probably got packed out a couple times. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't get stabbed. You know what I'm saying? I came off a GP yard. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I got some young cats that's running things, that's still conflicting in there that I talk to every day, trying to give them some good, good advice, meditation, go get with yourself, get with your mind, get with your own mind, get quiet, get somewhere and get quiet and see what you come up with, you know what I mean? And, do a little meditation, man. Build your, because it's all on the inside. It's an inside job.
Right.
You fix the inside and the outside will fix itself. That's what I learned, when you start fixing and moving the things on the inside and start rearranging yourself on the inside, the pieces on the outside are gonna move eventually, equally, because they gonna clear your way, You got to get with your higher power and just understand that this shit bigger, It's a bigger goal, it's a bigger thing to whatever you got going on in your mind, So you got to lock in. A friend of mine had asked me like, what was my passion? We was on the slab, we was working out on the concrete on the slab. He was like, what's your passion? We doing burpees. I'm like, my passion? Nobody never asked me no shit like that. You know what I mean? I ain't have an answer. And that's how I came up with like, man, I want to create stories. You know what I mean? I like writing, So that's how I got into what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? That was a passion of mine. I wanted to do something, make it feel like I wasn't at work every day. And I have fun. So I'm on set. It's like, I'm gonna get the job done. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a job at the end of the day. But shit, I'm cracking jokes. You know what I'm saying? I'm making people. It's Everybody gonna be like, shh, Delos, like, hey, get it together. You know what I'm saying? But that's my goal. You know what I'm saying? Right. We gonna always put our chest on the tape. You know what I'm saying? Get this shit done. But in the meantime, in between time, we're gonna have some fun, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about.
Okay. I feel that. I feel that. So, what's next for you?
We're gonna take over the world, baby.
Take over the world. That's the right answer right there, man. Well, man, Delos, I want to thank you, man. I want to thank you for coming on to the show, man,
No
and
doubt.
just giving the world a different perspective on, the inside behind them walls, being an inmate, being a number
Yeah.
instead of a person, you know what I'm saying?
Delos Moore, G45155.
There you have it, folks.
Hola.